Hello everybody, welcome back to Own It with Rakesh. Today's video will be about the continuation of our product management playlist. In the previous video, we saw what are those key terminologies a product manager or a product management aspirant should be comfortable with. And in today's video, we will look at what do product managers actually do. You have probably heard that product managers are responsible for setting the vision of the product, creating the product strategy and the roadmap that are going to be implemented by the engineering team. You may have also heard that product managers commonly work with the design team, the engineering team, and any related stakeholders to bring product ideas to life and launch them. But how does that actually translate to the work that a product manager does daily, weekly, on monthly basis? How are product managers actually spending their time? What kind of meeting are they having every day? Who are they meeting with? What kind of work are they actually doing? How do you split up your time between that 10 million tasks that you have going on? And as you progress throughout the product career, how do you start to think more strategically? How do you let go of some of the tactical day-to-day work and make more time to think about the long-term product strategy? And what does product strategy even mean? Well, that's a lot of questions. That's a lot. However, all these questions are here all the time, and I thought I'll make a video where I will distill down for you exactly what a product manager does daily, weekly, monthly, so you can walk away from this video knowing exactly how you might spend your time as a product manager, or how do product managers spend their time, or at least you can understand how I spend my time, and that will give you a lot of insight to make an informed decision about whether this kind of career path is right for you. And maybe you're already a product manager and you just want to really understand how someone else does things, because that is also really valuable to understand what your fellow peers are doing and how they are spending their time. To answer all those questions that came up, I will split this video into three different sections. The meetings that a product managers need to go to, the strategic work that a product manager should look into, and the tactical everyday tasks that a product manager will be involved in. Let's elaborate each of those sections that I mentioned, and we'll get a better understanding as we proceed. My time as a product manager is usually pretty chaotic, like any product manager, in the best way possible though. At the moment, I look after about 5 to 6 different products. Some of them have existed for a while, some are currently in development stage, and some are totally new product ideas that are still in the ideation stage. While I have these existing products that customers are already using, I'm always thinking about the future and next thing that we want to do, and slowly preparing and enabling all the teams towards that. So how you spend your day as a product manager will really depend on a number of things. There are a number of variables. It will depend on the nature of the company itself, the goals and the mission, and your product. Whether you own one product or multiple products will also determine how you spend your time. The size of the company and the team itself, the size of the team, and the place you are in your career. What level of product management experience do you already have determines how your day is going to be like. Now let's talk about all the different types of meetings that you will have as a product manager in a day. I've broken up the different types of meetings again into company meetings, product team meetings, engineering team meetings, and the cross functional team meetings. We also need to consider the one on one meetings that you have with your manager and the skip level manager, and the general project meetings which you will participate to enable all the different stakeholders and developers and quality assurance teams who are involved. Now, let's dig a deeper into all these various meeting buckets that I mentioned. The company meetings, as the name suggests, it's self explanatory. But I just want to highlight three types of meetings that are very relevant to product managers when it comes to company meetings. First is the town halls, which are like a company get together. Second is the Q&As, the question and answer sessions, which you can ask product managers or product leaders questions that they need to answer directly in those Q&A sessions. And the third is the kickoff meetings that set the product direction and strategy for the year. What is that product goal or the mission that everybody is walking towards? That's a very important meeting. That's essentially your kickoff meetings, which determines the direction and strategy of the product for the year. That's going to be your North Star, by the way. Now, the one on ones. One on ones are essentially for maintaining close relationships with various team members. I usually have one on ones with my manager's manager, which is the skip level, the product designer, the design director, the engineering manager, the tech lead of the team, and any other product managers with whom our product will be collaborating upon. Now, this is a very important set of meetings, the engineering team meetings. For the engineering team, there are like various meetings that we go through on a daily basis or within that sprint or scrum if you're following agile. The meetings can be sprint planning meetings or the daily stand-ups, retrospectives, and even epic kickoffs. These are very crucial for keeping the development process on track and ensuring that your engineering team is not blocked with questions. Now let's look into product meetings. Product meetings generally include the product roadmap presentations and the product town halls. These are important for communicating the product strategy and the updates to the team and the entire company so that you're not working in a silo. You're making sure you're advertising what you're doing to the broader company and other teams who might find your feature or the product itself valuable so that they can collaborate with you. Now, let's look at the project meetings. For specific project work, you will have update meetings to keep everybody on the same page, those project milestone meetings. They are important where they present more about the significant initiatives that everybody is working upon. The other set of meetings is the cross-functional meetings. As a product manager, on a day-to-day basis, you will interact with nearly every part of the company. It's not just the depth, it's the breadth of the company as well. You will have a lot of ad hoc meetings with various teams, including product marketing, product translation writers, even the product security and the technical writers, along with the customer research and the customer support teams. Not just that, you'll also be involved with meetings with sales and legal teams. Now, let's shift our focus to the strategic work that a product manager does. Strategic side of being a product manager. This involves setting the product vision, understanding the company priorities, conducting research, and gathering feedback. Yes, the strategic work is what determines a good product manager or the better product manager. Now, as a product manager, you are responsible and accountable for creating a product roadmap. You need to understand your company's priorities to do that. You need to conduct market and competitor research to understand what are the opportunities, what are the strengths, what are the threats out there. And most importantly, you need to listen to your customer feedback. You also need to present the roadmap to different stakeholders and collaborate with other teams because you will be building product by collaborating with bigger and the wider company altogether. While you do that, you need to make sure you review any kind of dependencies. In larger companies, especially with multiple products, managing dependencies with various teams is crucial. This can affect the sequencing of items on your roadmap. This exactly tells what pieces of work needs to be done first so that any trailing activities will be performed after that. And make sure this critical task is not a blocker for all the subsequent tasks. Another important thing that you need to take care of as a product manager is balancing strategic and tactical work. That is very key to being a successful product manager. Now, the strategic work involves long term planning, setting the product vision, understanding the overall industry trends, and what are the strengths and goals of your company. What is that end mission that everybody is working towards? Now, let's shift to the fun but challenging part of a product manager, the tactical work. The tactical work of turning an idea into a real product. This includes research, defining and writing those requirements, elaborating those acceptance criteria, collaborating with designers, working closely with engineers and testing team, and managing the overall development process. Yes, it's important to participate and take control of this daily tactical tasks. And how do you do that? You start by doing research to understand what you want to build. This can involve having those competitor research or market research, talking to your marketing and sales team, talking directly with your customers, or using that existing feedback loop you already have. Then you translate your findings into product requirements. You distill all those different pain points and come up with good product requirements. Next, you work with product designers. Product designers are the ones who will help you create the user interface and user experience. This includes mapping out user journeys and developing mockups. How each screen will look like. What is the transition between each screens? Where should the button be? Where should the text field be? What is the logo that you want? Once you have the finalized requirements and designs, you move on to the actual development work, the coding of the product. This involves translating requirements into user stories and working with engineers to build a product. They are the ones who are going to build and construct this product based on your requirements to make sure your requirements are as detailed as possible and has all the required directions that the developer can refer to and follow while they start coding your product. While the engineers are doing this, you need to be involved in prioritization, trade offs, and understanding the technical aspects. You need to help them understand what needs to be built first, what next, what is the trade off that they can look into. Now that you have a complete grasp on the engineering team by helping them with the requirements, after development, you need to test the product to identify and address any issues before launch. So you need to work actively with the testing team as well. Then comes the documentation and the launch phase of building a product. Understanding and coming up with requirements, defining the requirements, building the product, testing it. Finally, you need to prepare documentation for the product, collaborate with marketing and go to market teams for the launch, and ensure everything is set for a successful release. This is very crucial to get that product to the market. go to market activities. Now, the customer management. Even after a product is launched, it has completed all these go to market GTM tasks, your work isn't done. You need to monitor how customers use the product, gather feedback, and manage relationships with different customer groups. And now that the product is live and the customers are using your product, you're also responsible for maintaining and improving the existing products, which involves addressing customer issues, listening to those feedbacks intently, and managing ongoing relationship with the customers. That is the only way that you can generate better revenue and improve your product brand in the market. It's not just about building a good product, it's about maintaining those customers and relationship. That way your product is actually used. As you gain experience, you can shift your focus towards more strategic thinking and vision setting exercises. This means less involvement in the day to day details of product development, but more focus on defining the big pictures. But you need some good amount of experience and domain knowledge to grow up into that ladder. So there you have it, a good and a brief snapshot of what a day in the life of a product manager might look like. Whether you are just starting your journey or you are a very seasoned product manager and you are a pro, balancing meetings, strategic work, and tactical work is key to success. Remember, the specifics can vary based on your company, your team, and your product. But if you're passionate about creating great products and solving complex problems, the role of product management might be the perfect fit for you. So, to own your product management skills, make sure to follow that playlist. I'll be posting it out there. And to know more, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Make sure to own your product management career. Make sure to own your growth as a product manager. Ensure to own it with Rakesh. See you in the next video.